What's going on YouTube? This is LA Prepper, and I don't know what's going on with my phone. I guess the shadow is just kind of really throwing off my lighting here. Let me move into a shaded area so we can get some more even lighting. This is the idle control valve, which has been giving me so many issues. This is actually the original one that came in the car. There's a little servo that's over there next to my can of carb cleaner. So I just took it to the shop Monday or Tuesday, picked it up Wednesday, and the guy was saying, well, your idle control valve is sticking, it's not opening all the way, or it's not closing all the way, or something. And you can see it has this little piston that spins, and there's some little passages, so I think that's closed and that's open, or vice versa. But what happens is gunk that gets in here, see if I can show you a little better. So gunk kind of gets in here, and because it's such a small tolerance between the piston and the housing, it was sort of getting stuck, like right there, like it gets stuck this way and then it kind of gets stuck that way just from all the buildup that was in there. So I've given it a bunch of carb cleaner over the last few days. I actually gave it a little bit of a toothpaste headlight cleaner treatment, and not surprisingly, it sort of started corroding, get all nasty in here, even though I cleaned it out. But I wanted to get some abrasive in here so that I could kind of keep turning it and just abrade all the gunk out of there. So right now, I'm just kind of barely turning it with my finger. I'm really not, and it seems to be turning pretty freely. And the reason that I'm checking this is because I'm going to put this one back in the car. I was going to do it the other day, but I didn't really feel like it. I'm going to put this one back in the car because the shop said, oh, you know, your valve is sticking and that's why your car is not idling right. And I don't think that's 100% right. I think there's something digital going on with the computer that's just, it's getting the wrong info, either from the MAF or the throttle position sensor, which doesn't make sense because I didn't adjust it. But this is spinning pretty freely. So what I'm going to do is put this in with the servo from this one. I have this servo in the car right now, just in case it was the servo that was being weird. And there's actually, when you turn the car on, I think it goes all the way one way, all the way the other way, and then kind of stops halfway. So what I'm going to do, since I can't turn the car on and watch it, because it does it within like half a second of turning the car on, is I'm going to set up my camera in my engine bay, plug this into the harness, turn the car on, and then hopefully it kind of rests like here, the magnet. So hopefully I'll see it go like that, then like that, and then like that. And I'll try that a couple times, and if that seems to work successfully, then I would guess that it's not the idle control valve or idle air control valve, IACV, that's giving me problems. It's something else. Maybe my mass air fuel sensor is giving not good data to the car, which would potentially cause it to just try to idle at some different rate. You know, if it's sensing, if my car wants like say 8 gallons per second of air, but it's getting 10 gallons per second, but the sensor thinks it's 8, it's going to idle high. But if the sensor thinks it's getting 10 and it's really getting, well, you get what I'm saying. I don't want to confuse myself. But anyways, if the sensor's not reading the accurate air, it's right now, for whatever reason, my car is idling too high, so it's getting too much air and too much fuel. And I don't know if it's trying to idle lower, if it thinks it's idling lower. It knows what the RPM is, which is why it keeps popping the idle circuit code. So the car is actually trying to tell me what is going on, and I am the dumb one who can't figure out what the deal is. So this is spinning pretty freely right now. If it keeps getting clogged up after I put this one in, I'm going to have to look at a few other valves and see why so much crud is getting in here. I think it gets some hot air from, it gets radiator fluid through this bottom hose just to kind of help keep it cool. And then it gets air from here, from somewhere else in the engine. So wherever this air is coming from, that could be really dirty in there for some reason. I'm not quite sure. So this is spinning pretty freely. We're going to put this in the car maybe tomorrow. I don't know. If I go out for drinks tonight, probably not tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow morning. maybe Saturday. But yeah, so having fun with my Lexus with the idle air control valve. So until next time, YouTube, stay happy, stay ready, keep your cars running better than I do, and keep prepping.